Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the review for Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 4, Episode 9. So y'all just bear with me today. I'm just feeling discouraged and pretty darn blah. We will try to make sure that it doesn't show up in the video, but I just have to let you guys know a couple of things. So, I thought I was getting my braces off today. I had got fitted for my retainers, and I had put down on my phone that my appointment was for the 8th, and actually it's for the 15th. So that was a bummer at the beginning of the day, thinking that I was about to be done with these things. Okay, one more week. Child, we're going to have a celebration on here next Tuesday. Promise you that. And if they don't do it next week, I swear I'm going to act a goddamn fool somewhere. So that has me down. And then, I'm just, my job, I think I'm ready to find something else. And, I'm studying for the GACE. Did I tell you guys that I was studying to get my, so I can teach? I have a degree in early childhood education, and so maybe I'll use that. But the math portion of this test, I just am not feeling confident. I'm obviously not going to be ready when I thought I was to take this test, and even that has me down. So yeah, I know nobody wants to hear it's a bummer. Okay, came off of a nice weekend. 4th of July weekend was really nice. Had a staycation, had a good time. And then just back today, and just everything is, womp, 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 womp. Anyway, I'm going to get over it. But I just wanted to let you guys know, just in case the review is a little stale. But whatever, you guys, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, so the show starts where it ended last week, which was with the fight between Candiace and Ashley. Okay, you can get the fuck out. You can get the fuck out. You guys know that Chris had to come and restrain Candiace, not even restrain her, but take her out of the room. All right, and he takes her to, like a little hallway, and he was just like, "You are letting somebody else control your emotions. Get a fucking hold of yourself." Okay, not only that, but the grand dam comes and tells her a few things too. Did I call it a grand dam like the car?
Candiace, sweetheart, listen, you have said what you had to say, but this is your house. Don't reduce yourself to anyone's level. Now, Chris is here, so I'm just going to step away, but I need you to come back into who you are.
Because Chris was like, the only person that's in control of your emotions is you. And I was like, I beg to differ. Ashley has a good stronghold on her emotions right now. Now, back at the table while Chris is over there with, with Candiace, Giselle brings up this whole dick sucking thing, and she brings it up, but then she passes it on. Well, I wasn't there, I didn't hear it, but Robin did. So Robin, tell her what you heard. And Robin was like, bitch, was I really ready to say something? You guys was all talking about it earlier. You had to know that Giselle was gonna say something. She was all but saliva filled, drooling at the fact that she had some hot piece of gossip. She couldn't even be bothered with putting Monique on the hot seat about what she said about Katie, okay, or what Giselle thinks she said about Katie. So, no, you gonna say it. So, long story short, Robin tells her what she says, and Ashley is just sitting there, and then she just says, that did not happen. They're like, oh, it did happen. Ashley is trying to argue with them, did you dream this? Everybody was pretty drunk. Okay, all of the excuses or the comebacks that we knew she was going to have, because it's embarrassing. Who wants to be sitting at a table with, some girls that are frenemies at best, talking about the fact that your husband wants to suck somebody's fucking dick, okay, one of their husbands. So, yeah, I knew that she was going to be like that. We knew she was going to deny it, okay? Nobody wants to sit there and just be like, oh, yeah, my man is gay, even though we married, he be out there wanting to suck dicks and there. No. Now, everybody at the table seems to feel like it's disrespectful for Michael to say shit like that. They don't care that he might be gay. They have a problem with the fact that he's married to Ashley and he's being disrespectful by saying that he wants to suck somebody's dick. The fact of the matter is, what if they already have an arrangement? This is not the first time that we've heard some shit about Michael and, his proclivity to swing towards the gay lifestyle. If that's what he chose to do, maybe Ashley knows. Maybe Ashley and Michael have some sort of arrangement set up. It's none of you guys' business. So the fact that everybody has this fake concern about the fact that, oh, he's disrespecting Ashley by saying he wants to suck dick, please. If you was that concerned about Ashley, Giselle, maybe you would have saved this and broke it to her softly, you know, after this party. But oh no, honey, we there and we getting this shit out on the table today. Now, Ashley obviously is pushing Candiace's buttons. When she comes back to the table, they start right back up with the argument, to the point where Candiace has to tell her again that you can get the fuck out. And you could tell by the expression on Ashley's face that she was just like, oh, I got her upset. Oh, you know what? I can leave with no problem. Okay, gladly. She walks out the door and Candiace even offers to walk her out. Slams the door, you know, behind Ashley. We think that is the last of Ashley that we will see. But oh no, Giselle follows her out. Katie follows her out. We ain't letting this shit go. So Giselle comes out and co-signs what Robin said. You know, supposedly he said, you know, he want to suck this dick, you know, and Ashley was just like, there's no way he said that. Like, you guys, you know, they're making it up, or maybe they didn't. And she was just like, no, I don't think that she's making it up. You know, a few people heard them say it. Okay, but what you need to do is come back. Okay, because I think we can make it right. I said, bitch, who the fuck house is this for you think? I don't give a fuck if it is Candiace's mama or Candiace's house. Okay, Candiace is the main representative of this said here property. Who are you to invite her back in this house after Candiace had already told her to go? Next thing we know, Ashley is back in the house. Candiace was like, excuse me, why are you back in my house? I told you to fucking leave. And Ashley looked at her and was just like, anyway. She's about to address this whole other situation with Katie. And Karen says, wait a minute, Ashley, excuse me. I think that is very rude for you to come back after she has already said to you that she would like you to get out of her home. And Ashley said, there are things being said about me and my husband. I will defend myself the best way I know how. Okay, fine. Well, once you finish defending yourself, then get the fuck out. Okay, she said she will. Okay, now she said she will. Now, if it was me, and this was my damn house, the level of anger that Candiace was earlier, I'd have told everybody to get the fuck out. The camera crew, everybody. Because it was so disrespectful for the fact for them to continue on this conversation. You know, it was clear that production was like, no matter what, we got to get this resolved tonight, or at least get it fully out on the table, so we cannot have a blow up where everybody leaves. So y'all stay y'all asses here and work that shit out. But yeah, I wouldn't have been, I'm not fixing to be sitting up here arguing with your ass and you being disrespectful in my house, whether or not I'm wrong or right. Okay, because at this point, you know, Candiace is doing so much to harp on what she believes about Ashley and her relationship, and it doesn't even matter. Like, why does it even matter to you in your life, girl? For you to be caping this hard, whether the fuck or not they are lying, whether or not the man is gay, whether he cheating, whether he is doing any of this. What does it have to do with Candiace? Nothing. So, you know, all of this excitement and the fact that, you know, you just yip, because that's how they were treating her. They was not caring about what Candiace said up in there. Just went on like business as usual. So fucking disrespectful. And then she just kept on allowing them to get her so mad. Again, they start arguing, you know, and Candiace is telling her she needs to get the fuck out, you know, that they didn't have this discussion. You know what, Ashley, I think that you need to leave, okay? Go on home and handle your business with your husband. So get the fuck out. Ashley did try to deflect. You guys are so busy talking about my man, you know, you ain't even told Katie. Monique said that she looked like Amistad. Okay, now Monique is sitting there like, okay, that's not really what I said. And so Katie is just sitting there listening, and I was wondering how Katie was going to react to this, but Katie is just listening and taking everything in like, oh, okay, well, Amistad, okay. But Giselle hurries up and brings it back to this table. No, bitch, we talking about this today. Fuck the Amistad, Katie, Monique thing. We'll talk about that later. So Giselle was acting as the producers, really. Let's stay on topic. Let's stay on task. Let's talk about this shit. So, like I said, Karen tells her she need to go home, take care of her business. So she leaves out. And we get a little break, I guess, in time where Monique is actually trying to talk to Katie, you know, and trying to explain to her that conversation. It didn't happen the way that Candiace said that it did. And, you know, Katie, she was just like, well, you know, the reason why I wear a scarf is because it's hot, you know, and I don't have air conditioning. I was like, y'all, I officially like Katie again. I mean, I don't even know if I can say again, but Katie this season, I don't know if it's drugs or if Katie has some sort of little mental thing, but this Katie is the one that I like. Katie is just sort of like, yeah, you know, I'm just trying to live life. And but Monique was like, no, that has nothing to do with, I wasn't saying that you look like a slave, you know. So Monique is trying to explain. Child, why are they sitting up there in the foyer talking? Here come that bitch Ashley again. Okay, now right now is where it would have been a fight. Bitch, you not gonna keep on doing this in my fucking house. Okay, I might have lost because y'all know Roxanne can't really fight and everything, but I'd have tried. I'd have got a few good licks in on that windmill. Because when she came in and Candiace said, didn't I tell you? No, we don't have to keep telling them. This is how we do the kids. Like, you don't keep telling them over and over. Okay, you say it once, you might say it one more time, they don't do it, then it's time to whoop their ass. Okay, well, that same that still all pertains to this situation too. But Ashley she just refuses to listen to this girl. I mean, I guess she was trying to come and get Katie because they came together, but you could have did that from outside. So again, for the third time, bitch, get the fuck out of my house. Okay, so she finally leaves. Katie finally leaves with her. And then another reason why I was cracking up and why Katie makes me so, so happy inside is Katie was just like very nonchalant and, matter of fact, like, well, I mean, did you think he wants to suck somebody's dick? Maybe, is he gay? Maybe that's what they do in Australia. Could it be an Australia thing? She is really trying to make it make sense here. That's all that Katie wants to do. And, Ashley was just like, I don't believe he said it, Ashley. Now, they're saying that you were standing there and you heard him. Whether or not you did or didn't, girl, if your man that's what he want to do, then that's what he want to do, okay? What you needed to just say at that little party was, well, you know what, I'll go back and I'll discuss it with him, see what it is that he had to say. But I don't believe he said that. Like I said, it's not the first time that this has come up. But back at the house, shit has calmed down some. And Chris was the Peter Thomas in this situation, wasn't he? I mean, he sure did add his 2 cents to it. They didn't have no men there, but Chris was able to be there because he was cooking. Okay, and the food did look good. Y'all saw he had a duck quesadilla. I was like, nigga, what? What a duck quesadilla tastes like? I bet you that's good. Giselle says we not coming back, because this was a mess. Bitch, you would never come back to my house with that shit again. But see, I guess Candiace is trying to be Giselle's friend, but she gonna learn soon enough that Giselle ain't really her homegirl either. So yeah, we finally got out the dick sucking thing. Still don't know whose husband it is, okay, but how many of you guys would like to guess that it's probably Juan? Raise your hand. Okay, I thought so too. Now, the next day, Candiace calls her mom and she lets her know that she's made an appointment with a therapist and she wants her mom to go. Her mom was like, oh, okay. I said, oh, come on, Evil Dot, get yourself together and go support your daughter for once. Okay, then we jump over to Ashley. The bitch got the nerve to be sage in her house. I said, bitch, you need to be puffing that sage. Okay, I'm already mad that I live in a world where I have to halfway be defending Ashley. Damn it. I don't really like Ashley. I liked Candiace last season. Candiace is really kind of not rubbing me the right way. I think it's just because she's caught up. I don't really think that it's because she's a bad person. I think that she's trying to, like I said, get her foothold in this thing. All right. So she's trying to let people know that she's not no nonsense. She ain't no bullshit. She ain't going to let people talk to her any old kind of way. She's trying to assert herself. But this whole cause and crusade is just the wrong thing. But I still don't like Ashley's ass. Even though Ashley is... Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, child. I'm confused too. But anyway, she tells the producers that, oh, Michael was so livid when he heard what happened at the party. Okay? He don't understand how, she can even be friends and deal with these girls. Well, there is a show that she gets paid for, so she has to deal with them, Michael. And then we also see Monique and Chris. They're at like the pregnancy yoga, kind of pregnancy exercise class when they get a little break afterwards. Monique has to give them the 411 on who drop kicked who. Okay, shout out to Riri. So she was like, yeah, at the party last night, shit got out of hand. Candiace and Ashley were arguing. Somewhere in the conversation, Robin said that she heard that Michael said that he wanted to suck somebody's dick. And Chris looked at her like, what? And then he was just like, well, I mean, why is that even coming up at the dinner? She's like, because they messy. Hello. You know what show we on? But anyway, it don't matter. They got to arguing about that. Chris was like, well, I mean, it's fine. It's probably Uncle Jessup's. I was just like, can you picture that sexy? I know for a fact that it ain't Uncle Jessup. And she was just like, well, you know, it's not you because, you know, you too much. It would be too much of a mouthful. I was like, TMI. TMI. It don't always mean when the guy is big that the dick is big. Because they will all tell you that Shaq is being as big and tall as he is only has a very regular ding-ding. But again, like I told you guys earlier, Monique was like, it don't even really matter, you know, because we don't know what their situation is and what they've agreed on. Okay, so and it's not really affecting nobody's life, so nobody should care this much. Okay, and I said, thank you, Monique. Okay, the voice of reason this season. Giselle calls Ashley. She wants to check up on her, find out how she's doing after, you know, all of that last night. She says, girl, I can't even worry about Candiace and all that shit because I've been called to perform in Virginia Pride. She gonna perform that sorry-ass song. They decide to meet up, and Ashley wants to know exactly what happened when she left. She said, oh, girl, Karen threw you under 4 buses. Oh, yeah, honey, she said that she was unhappy and that Michael didn't love you. I was like, ooh, Giselle, now you know that's not what that girl said. They even flashed back to what she said.
With all that is going on, she is hurting. That is pain.
Nowhere did she say that Michael don't love you and anything like that. So I was just like, yeah, Giselle is really carrying the bone. Giselle is really adding more meat to the bone. And Ashley, who just had a conversation with Karen and should probably feel like maybe Karen wouldn't be throwing her under the bus like that after their last little experience. And you should know how Giselle is and how Giselle can put 20 on 10 and get the stories all fucked up. You sitting up here listening to her like she is gospel. Okay, I thought Karen was my friend, but obviously she's fake and phony. And I was just like, oh my God. Ashley says, I'm not really even mad about what Candiace says. I'm more so upset about Robin. The fact that she would wait to say something like this at this party at a place where, you know, I'm already on the defensive because of the shit that's going on with Candiace. Like she's not a real friend. Oh, now Giselle's like, oh, no. It's not Robin who did anything. You're right, it's not Robin. It's you. You the one that brought the shit up. Why nobody can understand that? I said, dude, that damn Giselle is the best puppeteer around. Ain't she the best puppet master, child? She can pull all these strings and nobody realizes that she is the one that's orchestrating it. Ashley wants to know why she never said anything beforehand. Giselle says, well, maybe she didn't want to hurt your feelings. Okay, no, she was never going to bring it up because she just didn't want to, you know, make any more mess of anything that was going on. Just leave the shit alone. Okay, but Robin made a mistake by co-signing when Candiace brought it up and not realizing that Giselle was going to blast it the way that she did. So, you know, Giselle tries to do some damage control and says, oh, don't blame it on Robin. Okay, she is your friend, but Ashley's not feeling that way. Now, let's jump over to this appointment with Dr. Ken. On the drive there, Candiace and her mom, honey, Evil Dot, got herself all done up, got her some new fresh hair in. I said, girl, you all made up, honey. That Evil Dot was looking good. So she tells her how Giselle, you know, gave her this recommendation. And Evil Dot was like, okay, well, let's just lay down the law. Okay, we not going to get disrespectful in there. We not going to say things cutting below the belt. Okay, we not going to hit to the white meat. Candiace was like, see, you already doing it. Like, you trying to control what happens in a therapy session and tell me what I can and can't say, can and can't do. I'm sick of you threatening me, making me feel like I can't say or do things. You know, you just always making me feel like I'm under your thumb, basically. I'm just sick of you. Here's the thing. Even though later on we're going to find out something differently in the therapy session, my whole thing is stop using your mama's money. Okay, the shit might be hard. I'm sure if you guys are paying a whole lot of money for the bill, you know, the mortgage in the house, then the sacrifice is you guys gonna have to do without a lot of things until y'all can get y'all finances straight. But if it is bothering you this much that every fucking episode we have to hear about it, then pay your own bills. Stop getting your mom's help. Do whatever it takes for you to make your own money and cut that shit now. And then we won't even have this problem. Now, something tells me that Evil Dot will figure out a way to still try to control her, but at least it won't be you feeling like you are taking this money from her and having to deal with her craziness. Okay, you can really say I ain't got shit to do with you when you ain't trying to get some money from him. Okay, you ain't got to answer the phone. You ain't got to worry about, when you going to transfer this money over. Are you going to pay this? You can just handle the shit yourself. And then the other thing that bothers me about Candiace, since I'm on it, is how the fact that she fusses at us about us talking about her mom paying her bills. Again, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But so you don't like for people to pick at you saying like, oh, stop being taken care of by your mom if that's a problem. But it bothers you too. Okay? So you can't be mad at everybody for saying like your mama is, running your life because you taking money from her if that really is what the case is. So anyway, let me get back to this therapy session. So, y'all, they get there, and Dr. Ken, he already get a good smell, a sniff of Evil Dot, and he realizes that he going to put his foot down with her. So he says, let me tell you something, Evil Dot, before we get started. I'm the therapist here. What I say go, not you. I know you a therapist too, but not today. And we also let everybody finish what they saying. We don't do no interrupting. I say, oh, well, this ought to be interesting. So, we get started, and Candiace is telling her how she feels and how Evil Dot, talks down to her and says that, she doesn't have any friends, and, how all her friends say how disrespectful that Candiace is to her, and she don't, they don't understand why she even deals with Candiace and gives her money and helps her with things. Evil Dot was just like, okay, well, am I supposed to just be paying $4,000 a month and not have any say on anything? Dr. Ken is like, mama, be quiet. So then Candiace brings up, the fact that they were out at an outing and that her mama hit her in the face with a purse. Evil Dot was like, we don't have to bring that up. Okay, she was already trying to push that shit under the table, but Dr. Ken was like, no, let's unpack this one. Because Candiace says that she needs to address this for her mental health. All right, and of course, here comes the tissue and the one pinky up and the dab, dab, dab. Evil Dot is looking over at her like, and Dr. Ken was like, well, why are you crying? And she was like, oh, that's what Candiace does. That's just Candiace. Okay, she cries. Candiace says, see, she likes to diminish me as well. And Dr. Ken was like, well, that's not cool, Evil Dot. Why do you do that to your daughter? She was just like, I'm not diminishing her. Okay, so now she was like, I'm not going to sit here and let you guys talk to me any old kind of way and make me look like I'm the villain when I'm up here helping them take care of their bills and all that. And then Candiace was like, and that's another thing. Okay, I resent the fact that you let everybody think that you pay all of the bills in the house when all you do is pay part of the mortgage. And Evil Dot was like, well, I ain't the one that put that out there like that. Well, somehow the message got out there that way. All right. And so Candiace, I guess, is blaming her mom for that. But really, I think the viewers came to that conclusion. So Evil Dot does score one there. But the bottom line is, what do you want out of this, Candiace? Candiace says that she cannot deal with toxicity. Did I say that right? And that she didn't really give her mom an ultimatum, but she was just sort of like saying, like, if you can't get with the program and treat me with more respect, then I'm going to stop talking to you. Well, okay. And who going to pay these damn mortgages around here? That's why I said earlier, if you really want to get out from underneath your mama, then you need to pay the full mortgage, you and Chris, all right? And then we can go from there. But until then, you're going to always have to deal with your mom. Do you think that your mom is going to pay her half of the rent or her half of the mortgage and you can't deal with toxicity? No. So you pay your mortgage, whatever the fuck the bills the lady pay, girl, just pay it yourself and be done with that. Now, lastly, you guys, Ashley's Virginia Pride performance. Okay, she's getting ready, getting her blue cat eye and twerk and, skills done for the performance. We see Giselle and Giselle's guy friend, I don't remember what his name is, and Robin. They're in a little bus. They're on their way to the event. Robin says she does kind of regret the way things came out, but she just kind of feels like she still wants to support Ashley, and maybe they can kind of talk, and she just can kind of, now that the block ain't so hot, she can kind of explain to her how shit went down. Ashley calls Giselle, on FaceTime, and Giselle's like, hey, we on our way, here I am, she shows her phone to the guy that's over there. Yeah, he on the bus too. Okay, and Ashley's like, oh, good, and then she says, and somebody else is on the bus. And then they show that Robin over there with her purple wig on, and Ashley was just like, oh, hi, real stale. And Robin was just like, hi. When she hung up the phone, Robin was like, well, I understand she's a little upset with me. But Robin is saying, she's hoping that she can sit down and talk to her. We could just kind of clear the air on this one. So we get to this performance, you guys, and y'all know the dumbass song. Something. She just really can't sing. It's so bad. It's horrible. It is really bad. And I was just like, they tried to make it seem like, they were fans of her music. They are fans of you on the show. And that is why they decided to have you up there. But girl, she had went all out. She had her fishnets and her ass out, little leotard and girl, get your ass up off that stage. After she finishes, and Giselle and Robin and Giselle's friend are sitting around waiting, just kind of taking in people watching and whatnot. Ashley walks up, and Giselle was like, well, I'm just going to give you guys your space to talk. Now you just do all of the damage and then you just walk away. Like I said, the best puppet master around, child. So Ashley maintains the same problem. If you knew what was going on and you knew that Candiace already had problems with me, why would you bring it up at the party like that? It was like you were, throwing me under the bus. Why wouldn't you just tell me about this earlier? Well, Robin keeps saying she wasn't really planning on ever saying anything about it. But Robin tells us this is the same girl who was in everybody's business, including Robin's, okay? And saying all kind of shit and just kind of smiling and walking away. Surely she should have that same attitude when the shit is directed at her, shouldn't she? Well, yeah, she should, but this is Ashley and she's not. She's going to conveniently forget all of the bullshit that she done did to everybody else and now be mad and indignant. That shit don't feel good when it's on the other foot, right? Robin is just like, I didn't make it up. I know what I heard. Pretty much it is what it is. It's unfortunate it came out at the party, but and Ashley says that you lack empathy. And she was like, how do I lack empathy? And she says, because you can't seem to understand why I would be upset about what you said, how you said it, and where you said it. And Robin was just like, well, everything is always on the table. I mean, if we were discussing it, why couldn't we discuss? Then that gets into that Robin. Robin always gets into that mood like, I'm always going to be truthful, and why can't we ever discuss it? That's always Robin's stance. So Ashley was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done here. I can't talk to you because you don't listen and you don't care and you don't have empathy and all of this. And child, I was like, fine. I'm so fucking sick of Ashley and Candiace, really, honestly. I feel like either the girls need to fight or fuck. Like, what is it, this tension that's between the two? Obviously, it's the two youngest cute girls, trying to, I don't know. But I'm over it. I had a headache after all of that. Alright, you guys, so that is it. Gotta do the clause review and I'll get on back to work, you guys. So make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox, and everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. Alright. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.